I think the numbers are showing us that 15% of countries globally own 100% the compute capacity that exists. So what happens to those countries that don't have that kind of capacity, but also need to do a bit of heavy lifting to, to have that kind of capacity? The second one is talent. I'll just give you, just even looking at Africa, where we have about 700,000 developers, and only 10% of that fraction are AI developers. So 700,000 software developers for a 1.4 billion market, and only 10% focused on that. So how do we build that talent? Because I feel like talent is the biggest thing that can sort of even close on that gap. You talked about infrastructure, broadband infrastructure. We have 2.6 billion people that still remain unconnected. Over 80% of that portion is in developing countries. So how do you close that gap of access, basic access? And then the last one, which you talked about, is capital. Not many countries have the funds, the capital, to invest in R&D muscle. And if you're not investing in R&D muscle, you're not going to be able to build context-specific, targeted type of solutions that respond to your problems. And so those four things, if we're not addressing them head on, then I think the gap will just continue to widen over time. Now, if you have the money, you can fix the infrastructure, you can sort of invest, but R&D takes time, you can, focus on compute capacity. Talent, for me, is what is going to take so much time, but again, money follows talent. So if you don't have the people, most likely you're not going to attract the venture capital. So it's really a chicken and egg, but I think those four buckets, if we're able to look at them in terms of if we want to tackle the issue of inequity head on, is how we address the four buckets.